Okay, so I am making this video because my purpose in life is to inspire the next generation to become the best version of themselves. I might not have people that watch my videos anymore, but the information being out there and being accessible to people that may watch it or may be interested in this content specifically, then here we go. The main topic of today's video is going to be confidence and where to find it if you don't know how to get it. And the only I guess challenging thought for somebody perceiving this content is that, hey, I'm gonna have to make some really big life changes here if I want to gain some confidence in myself. Now, I'm personally speaking from somebody that was like, 6'2", 145 pounds at one point, and it's not a very good look. You don't look like you're able to, manage yourself, or you're not capable of doing many things, and you don't want to be seen that way. And also, whenever you feel weak, you don't feel necessarily presentable in public, if that makes sense. So I guess the first thing I'm gonna tackle here is your overall, your look. How do you present yourself in public, with what you wear, how your personality stands out, all the tiny little things that really kind of step into public attraction. The first thing I gotta say is just start doing push-ups, man. If you don't have any muscle at all, if you don't want to start working out, if you don't want to start exercising, dude, I 100% understand that. When I was as skinny as I could have ever been, like unhealthy skinny, I was like understanding that, like, damn, I don't want to do this, but I also know that I really want to look like the people that I see in my my TV screen as a kid every Sunday night, watching all these football games and basketball games, my two favorite sports, seeing all these people with like crazy big muscles and stuff. I'm like, damn, I want that, but I don't want to go through all that pain. Let me tell you right now, man, starting off is the hardest part. It is the hardest part. It's the biggest curve to get over, because when you first start, you don't have any muscle, you don't have any strength, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be in the deep end to get into the, confidence level. Famous quote by Kyle Williams, by the way. We live in the deep end where it hurts a little bit. My best recommendation is, if you can't even do a push-up, I'm not gonna blame you. Everybody starts somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, if you can't do it, you can't do it. But what you can do is easily get on your knees and just start doing knee push-ups. It's what I think. I forgot the specific name for it, but actually I think they're called cheaters, cheater push-ups. And there's nothing wrong with doing cheater push-ups until you develop enough muscle to do consistent, proper push-ups. And believe it or not, the active push-ups don't target just one group, which is primarily the chest, really, but it targets all upper body, shoulders, triceps, chest, like I said again, and even the biceps a little bit, forearms too. Everything is activated when you are doing push-ups. So if you want to look a little bit more toned up, like leaner, start doing that. Yeah. And what you'll notice in about 3 months, because you have to do this consistently for a while, you have to get over that hump of like knowing that, hey, it's not going to come overnight. So once you get to that certain point, like, you start feeling better, the clothes start to fit properly and they look better, you know what I mean? Exercise and getting a better overall physique is definitely something that will give you 100% confidence later on in the future, because you just feel better about yourself and you want to show it off. Like, having muscles is something that you want to show off. Just gotta make sure you do it in a non-arrogant way, meaning, like, you can't just go out there and start flexing at everybody thinking you're a tough guy or whatever. Just be proud of it. Be proud of what you've achieved for yourself, and there's no need to be tougher than anybody else. It's not a race. It's you versus you, always. But second, I would say, is not just manners and demeanor, but your vocabulary, how you communicate with people in public. I'm not even talking about just words, I'm talking about eye contact. Are you gonna be fidgety and stuff? Like, just, you're fidgety because you're not confident in yourself. That's why, so we gotta fix that. Make sure you're looking this person in the eye, give them a proper handshake, dap up, whatever, and just be comfortable, just be chill. There's no reason to be afraid of anybody. And it's definitely easier said than done when your thoughts are in that, like, area of, what if I mess up the handshake, or like you have social anxiety and you don't, oh, what if this hug becomes awkward? Man, fuck that. Everybody goes through an awkward hug once in a while. Not everybody's gonna have like the same chemistry or same, like, social interaction, bond, whatever you want to call it. It's not always going to be smooth, and you just got to get over that thought. So then I would also work on vocabulary. Like I said, I think maybe I said that before, but I am now. If you use more sophisticated words in, how you speak to people, then you will notice that that is not only just rare, but really useful for yourself. It is rare because most people don't read a lot. I mean, maybe if they're on social media all day and looking at, like, random drama and just constantly reading through things, unintentionally learning more words, then yeah, that you could learn like that. But I find it odd, because I feel as if one of the biggest things that I don't see in this next generation is strong vocabulary. And maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong, but you know, maybe it's just my auditorial perception of who I'm listening to, whatever. But you just sound smart. You do sound smart. And that's another thing that you have to be careful of, because that's when your ego can come into place. And when your ego comes into place and takes control of the intention or tone of what you're trying to portray, like your message, you're gonna look like an ass. So we touched on overall strength, physique, clothing. I think we talked about clothing, right? Fashion. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, I gotta write this stuff down before I do this. But I would also recommend that you start looking better in public. Like, you just try to, you know, look good. When you go out in public, you know, you're gonna go out with your friends or whatever. Maybe you're a young kid, 17 years old, 18 years old, in your prime youth, you know, learning things and stuff. Understand that what you see around you isn't necessarily what you have to do yourself. I think that's the biggest mistake that I made as a kid growing up was, well, like, when I see somebody wearing something, I typically want that for myself because I think it looks cool. When in reality, you should just do what you want to do with yourself, but just make sure it looks, you know, nice. If you continue to look at other people and wear what they wear, then you will automatically just become a follower. You don't want to be a follower. You want to be a trendsetter, right? Trendsetter. You know, I was speaking a little bit too fast, but that's what you would probably want to be. So like right now, even for me, I'm wearing like, you know, white shorts and a blue t-shirt, Bill shirt, watch. It's nice to have accessories and it's nothing too serious around the neck, you know. I personally wear the cross every single day. Keeps me aware of my faith, and I'm also proud to let people know that I am high in faith. I guess the only way that faith could really like belong to the category of getting more confident is simply just having that faith in yourself. Just having the faith to go out and just talk to people, not worry about social anxiety, like the people around you, all the energy that you collect. Like for me personally, I'm an empath, intuitive empath specifically, but that means that I go out into the public, and if I go into like a loud place, like a restaurant, a bar area, I'm gonna be collecting all energy from people around me, whether I like it or not. And it could be bad energy, it could be good energy, and that energy can affect me, my attitude, and the way I speak to people. It definitely could give me anxiety. I've learned over the years certain tactics to use in public to actually get rid of the anxiety. I have ways to cope with it now. I honestly at this point just tune it out. I still feel the energy, I feel it, but I just, you know, whenever people look at me in a busy area, like a loud bar area or whatever, they look at me, they're like, are you okay, bro? Like, are you good? Because I'm just sitting there, just like doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just looking at the wall, literally looking at the wall. People think I'm sad? No. And the last one I'm gonna bring up is probably one of the more important ones. I don't even know how I'd miss this, but hygiene. Oral hygiene as well, making sure you're staying, you know, fresh in there. You know, it's not fun whenever you want to talk to a pretty girl and then she's like, ugh. You think a girl wants to kiss your lips if your mouth is dry as can be, and you know, you probably smells like, God knows. I'm honestly speaking from personal experience. I've had some trauma. Brush your teeth as much as you can. I personally do it about 2 times a day because I'm at work a lot, and maybe I could just bring my toothpaste to work, I guess, but you know, mouthwash is also huge for me, but the number one thing I would say that most people don't do enough is floss. That is when, you know, obviously you have the string, floss, whatever, and you go in between your teeth and get rid of all the extra little bacteria that your toothbrush can't get. All the combined, like, little shreds of food or whatever, bacteria that just turns into, I don't even want to think about it. Like, it's so gross. Like, that's why you have bad breath. And most people don't scrape their tongue. That's where all the bacteria is. And that's something that you should probably take into consideration when you're doing your teeth. I personally have something called acid reflux. You know, when I have greasy foods or acidic drinks or whatever, all that acid can kind of build up and force whatever I'm eating back, you know, through my esophagus. And trust me, that is not something I sometimes will bring like mouthwash or even mouth spray too with me. Like if I'm going out somewhere, I'm bringing that with me because it's very easy for me to get bad breath, and that sucks. You can also get bad breath from just being stressed out. So I recommend, another thing is to have ways to cope with stress, public stress. Public stress can even come from social anxiety. Have something to calm your brain down. And if it's really that hard, then at night, before you go to sleep, take at least 10 to 30 minutes. And 30 is pretty decent amount of time to meditate. Put on some headphones. If you don't have headphones, just go to a quiet area, isolated area, close your eyes, and think about nothing. And I know that is so much easier said than done, but if you have headphones and you plug in some like water, rain, just type in like meditation music or something, and before you know it, you're in like the Amazon rainforest. Like when I close my eyes, I will like my best tactic when I meditate is to legitimately put myself somewhere else mentally. Like if I'm here right now making a video, close my eyes, listen to something soothing, and put myself somewhere else mentally. Like I'm on vacation right now. I'm in Florida. I'm enjoying that nice weather. You know, it's just I got nothing. No worries in my life right now. I'm not allowed to worry about stress. That is the 10 minutes of your life, 30 minutes of however long you can do it to not worry about a damn thing, and you would be surprised how beneficial it really is for your overall well-being. And then of course, you know, after meditation you hop right back into reality, but then of course when you do that, you have a more subtle approach, you have a more underwhelming, you know, mindset, and that's a very good thing, because when you're underwhelmed in the mind, you're able to focus on one thing at a time. You know, it's not all scattered. Like whenever you're trying to focus on something and you're overwhelmed, it's like, what do I do first? What do I do first? You gotta like slow your brain down, because if you don't give yourself time to rest throughout the day, how are you gonna do what you gotta do at your best ability? You just can't. Your brain is too overwhelmed. So people don't know how to slow down because they're working so much. That's a real problem. There's a difference in being disciplined to work every day and be the best version of yourself in that area, and then there's a difference in burning yourself out, not giving yourself enough time to really get the job done a proper way and not feel tired at the same time. Like if you're tired but going into work every day and feel stressed or overwhelmed, whatever, blah blah blah, I got so much going on, you need to find some time for yourself to just sit back, relax, and stop giving a shit. Just for like 10 minutes. That's it. 10 minutes. Do that every single day, and believe it or not, you're gonna have a nice life. Everything we just talked about. Everything. It comes down to your overall approach to life, and you're gonna have to make some changes if you want to be more confident, because I'm speaking from a personal perspective when I say that I'm honestly pretty proud of myself, from the person that I used to be to the person that I am now. I still got some things to work on for sure. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm saying that I'm proud of the things that I've overcome in my life. Anxiety, stress, and, you know, I may revisit some of those feelings in the future. I'm not saying it's 100% gone, but at least I know how to tackle it with the proper, natural ways to cope with really tough demons in your life. This might be a little bit of a longer video, but I think I'm glad that I made it, because I just haven't made a video like this in a while, and my purpose in life is to help people out and become the best version of themselves, and I think that having confidence is a huge part in doing that. Take it from the kid that couldn't look a girl in the eye for more than 5 minutes for like 10 years ago. Here we are now, and I feel like a beast. I'm a big dog now. So I wish for every kid that is watching this video now struggling with confidence, hit me up if you need it. I'm always free to talk to you. If you're really genuinely looking to seek improvement, I will help you. That is my purpose in life. Hit me up, and drop a like on the video too. See you later. Oh, go Bills. Yeah.